Welcome to that Heartbreak Hogs podcast. If you are new here, please consider hitting that thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. Please comment down below your thoughts on our takes. And with that being said, we are going to head into the video that you came here for. All right, everybody, welcome back to that Heartbreak Hogs podcast. Sid, let's talk for a little bit how the season ended, our reactions to the ending of the season, um, some of our we're gonna do some player shout outs as well, players that we really enjoyed watching and had a big impact on this team, and then talk a little bit about you know the coaching staff moving forward, players moving forward. Now we are in the middle of the portal right now, so we're not going to get too into that because it's just it's really unknown who we're going to get, who we're going to lose, and all that. But we can kind of just start off with um, the ending of the Mizzou game, um, just kind of our reaction to that. Sid, what was your reaction to the Missouri loss?
Um, Embarrassed a little bit, as we're watching the game. I know it wasn't a terrible of a game. I just think there was a lot of mistakes that happened for this game that kind of made me embarrassed for as a Razorback fan because I was in Missouri watching this game,
Yeah,
and of course there's a lot more fans up there, so it's like, can this Razorback team show out one last time, which we had talked about, and in terms of coaching decisions and seeing Sam Pittman up there, I know he had an injury, but just seeing him in the booth and it looked like Voldemort is sitting up there with with the camera angle that they were showing Sam Pittman on. You couldn't even see what was going on.
yeah,
Um, while Petrino and they're like on the sideline. So I don't know. I mean, overall, we had a chance. We just fumbled the game away, and in a true heartbreak Hogs fashion, the season ended. Um, Nothing else to it. We didn't take the timeouts at the right time. It was coaching decisions toward that came down to it at the end. So,
yeah,
am I happy that we made a bowl game? Absolutely. Do I wish for a better record than what we got? And do I still think that Tennessee game was possibly a fluke game? Yes. Um, so to recap, it's just not the best of season, not the worst of season, and
yeah,
hoping for a better and brighter future.
yeah. I mean, I kind of feel the same way. I'm just tired of that outcome. I mean, it's getting old, and it's not credit to Mizzou for winning these games. Same with in the A&M matchup. It's like credit to them for winning, but it just feels like that a lot of the losses are on our own mistakes, fumbling the ball, interceptions, and just poor decision making, and it just feels like that 6-6 is kind of, I don't know, not the minimum of what we could have done this year, but kind of like lower mid. Like I just feel like that it's slightly below expected. I kind of feel like that as the season progressed, we felt more like a 7-5 team that could potentially be an 8-4 team,
Hmm.
and 6-6 is just like it just felt like that the team could have done more. Losing to Oklahoma State, for example, why? How did that happen? And
Right.
what a big missed opportunity. Um, Again, I just felt like that this could have been a 7-5, 8-4 team, and 6-6 just felt like it felt. I felt like we had the pieces, we had the players, and it came down to coaching decisions and preparation at times for this team. Um, yeah, but they did fight. It was close, but a lot of these games have been close too, and it's just
we're not coming out on
Again,
the right end of these
those
close
close
games,
games.
except yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Tennessee, yes, we did.
Yeah. And give credit
So
for that. That was
for
huge. That was
sure.
awesome. That was a highlight of this season for sure. That was
Mhm.
great. It's great to be back at that bowl eligibility spot
Mhm.
as well. Um, but moving forward, that should not be the expectation, in my opinion. And unfortunately, next year, this team, if we had this team with next year's schedule, we would probably be 5-7, or four
Yeah.
and eight, maybe,
Yeah.
if
For
we had
once,
next
I
year's
just want
schedule.
yeah, for once I just want the possibility of making and having that possibility of making the college football playoffs. I
Right.
just didn't expect it. We don't as you said earlier in the season, just aren't that team. Do we want to be that team? Absolutely. As
Yeah.
fans. Um but right now it's just like, oh, let's make a bowl game. Let's
Yeah.
let's let's play around and hope for to not be too bad.
Right. And unfortunately, like, it's going to be even harder to make a bowl game next year, which will make that bowl game excuse continue, because
For
people are going to
sure.
look at it and just be like, "Well, they had a super tough schedule. No wonder they went 6-6." Which, to me, 6-6 might actually be an accomplishment considering what your schedule looks like. But it
Yeah.
sucks to say that. Like, you don't want 6-6 to be an accomplishment. You want 9-10. Like, that's
Yeah.
where you want to be
We
in.
we talk about the tough schedule, but the good thing is we know about the tough schedule like ahead of time. We know
Right.
how tough the schedule is. We have time to prepare to a lot of time to prepare to kind
Yeah.
of build this team up and see if we can put up a fight. I don't care how tough the schedule is. I don't care if we play Georgia 12 out of 12 times. Um,
Yeah.
I just want to see us having prepared for the season and that
Right.
season execute well.
Mhm.
We know this ahead of time, and I hope we're just able to prepare better for it next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah. I agree, man.
I mean, how
So,
good would it be? Like, we're talking about the tough schedule. How great would it be just going into all these SEC schools and beating them, like
right.
that we had at home this year, but like going into their school and beating them week after week?
And honestly, man, I think it just comes down to coaching, to being able to do that. I really do think that the talent on each roster is very evened out, and that there are small differences in these rankings and recruiting classes. I just do. I think that, uh, it really just comes down to decision making, and that the 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 programs that are successful, it's because they have good coaching staffs that can prepare their teams, that can make the right end of game
Hmm.
decisions. I think that's more of what it comes down to than the stars on the player. Now, stars do matter, but without a good coaching staff, those stars aren't going to become stars, if you
Yeah.
will. So,
I mean, Armstrong, let's talk about him a little bit, right?
yeah,
He wasn't supposed to be our number one guy, but this year he proved himself immensely. Like
yeah,
this kid, like
he
showed
was
out and
awesome.
showed up and proved that he is NFL ready and draft ready,
Yeah,
he was able to show that. It's just doesn't matter your star, like Ross just said. It doesn't matter how many stars you have. It's how what you can do on the field and kind of prove yourself.
mm-hmm.
And you have that opportunity playing for this school.
Right,
It's just can you do it? Can we get
yeah,
guys that are able to do it
right,
as well? So
right.
again, I just want to yeah, I want you to talk about a little bit about Armstrong as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, going into that is like Armstrong could have started anywhere in the SEC, in my opinion, with his skill set. And I think that he's going to have a really good career in the NFL. I think he has a lot of potential. Um, he was great to watch. I think he did end up finishing number one in the SEC in reception yards. So he was either one or two. I think he was one. Um, and uh, just phenomenal. He had a lot of big
Yeah.
time catches. What does suck is that he didn't get a lot of touchdown catches. I think he only had one touchdown reception.
Hmm.
Um, that's what sucks. But overall, I mean, he made a ton of catches. He made a big time third down conversion catches. I mean, all over the field. And you know, again, I don't think that our record was because of not having enough talent. I felt like that we did have really good guys in good positions, and that there was talent there, and there was heart there, and you had the components to really succeed. I just felt like that sometimes it was the coaching staff that didn't have the guys in the right spot, the right schemes, the right preparation for games,
Yeah.
and putting the right guys in. How many times were we thinking to ourselves, let's just try Singleton, put him in there, just try it, try a different,
Hmm.
you know, just try something else. But anyway, Andrew Armstrong was huge. He was definitely the MVP of this year, at least definitely on the offensive side. Um, Luke has also had some big moments. Isaac Tesla, he does not get talked about enough. Big time
Yeah, for
catches.
sure. I
He
wish
has
he had
glue on
more,
his
yeah,
hands,
looks in his way
man.
too.
Right, right. Big time plays, and we're really, thankful to have been able to watch these guys play, watch them grow, and gonna definitely miss Armstrong next year, but wish
Hmm.
him the best going to the NFL. I'm gonna definitely keep an eye out on him and uh, see what he does in the league.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty.
All right. Well, like we were talking about earlier, there's a lot going on with the transfer portal. It's just too much to keep up with right now. I think that we're kind of going to wait until the dust settles just because of, our work schedule and everything. It's kind of hard to make time for each individual move and situation. But there's a lot of rumors going around. There's a lot of speculation going around. Don't burn down everything just yet. Let's wait
We
and
will
see.
be we will be talking about a big commit here soon though, but
Right,
outside of
right.
that, the rumors and whatnot, we'll try to stay away from.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna only if it's like for sure they're coming here. We'll talk about them. We will be talking about the QB battle in another video. What a possible QB situation may look like with Nico's brother coming in, Madden. So we're excited to talk about that. Kind of see what he's gonna look like. But I think that's gonna close out this video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. Again, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and commenting down below. We'll see you guys in the next video.